Hello, beautiful people, tribe of many colors. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? The mother is here. The great mother is here in consciousness, showing up in everybody. I hope you can feel that. I hope you can feel that. Because listen, when you hear me say the great mother is here, this is what it means to me, right? The divine feminine, the matriarchy, the strength of women, the warrior spirit, the enlightened feminine, the healed mothers, the wise grandmothers, the faithful woman, the loyal friend, in all the ways in which the divine feminine can be expressed, she is showing up. And she always shows up in compassion, love, respect, and acceptance. Because she's looking from the highest space of everything, which is everything is all one. So if I'm leaving a part out, if I'm dismissing a part, I'm not all encompassing, and the mother's love is all encompassing. And how that starts to show up for us today is that we start to see people acting and behaving and being more loving towards each other, right? Moving away from the conflict, away from the drama, more towards the healing and the love and the possibility of love, right? Opening hearts to new expressions, reducing the shields, right? Removing the blocks, working on self, expanding your mind, zoning in on your focus, right? Realizing that you have no boundaries, you have no barriers, nothing's been holding you back but you. You start realizing the world is full of possibilities. You start to hope again, you start to dream again, and you express, you look and you observe from your eye, right? The inner eye is the third eye, and that's the eye you want to be observing the world with, because that's the eye that's going to show you what's real. Everything else can be manipulated, but what you know and see within yourself as the highest vision is the perspective you need to look from. That's how you see the mother when she shows up, right? I had to, quick story here, side note. I had to update my PlayStation in order to use some of the apps I have on there. And you know how those user agreements are usually so lengthy, so wordy, so full of legal jargon. It's like you can't even understand half of what they're trying to say to you unless you're in the legal field, right? So it sat there for a couple of days. I'm like, I'm not doing it, because I like to actually read this stuff. So as I was reading it over, I noticed something very different. The language was plain. The expectation was simple. Be kind, be nice, don't cheat, don't misrepresent yourself, right? Keep the community safe for everybody. These are some of the things I'm starting to see in this user agreement, and for the first time I realized it's starting to sound human, like you're actually trying to have a human to human contact and understanding, where you want people to understand the language you're putting in your agreements and in your contracts, right? And even though that seems like it's kind of just out there, right? How does that factor into a big part of the spiritual healing journey process and where it's going? Well, if something as wordy and as difficult and as confusing as a user agreement can start to become simple and understandable and relatable and functional, there's change happening here. There's huge change happening here. Okay, when I see, even I'm watching the world's championships right now, and I'm looking at how these athletes are treating each other, right, with so much respect, so much dignity. Even when it seems like they're trying to stir the drama and stir the conflict, people are not going there. So if you're observing only drama and conflict, I encourage you to step away and look with your third eye, because in real life, real people are looking for a reason to be compassionate with each other. They're looking to bridge the gap of misunderstanding, because I think the ones that are tapped in can truly realize that when we operate outside, right, of love, understanding, and compassion, it's ugly. It's ugly. We're seeing that play out all around us, the way it evolves into ugliness, right? Because we have to remember, everything is energy and everything evolves. So if you live your life in negativity, even the negativity will evolve, right? To the point where you don't even want to be a part of it, even though you might have helped to create it. So this is a time, as the Great Mother starts showing up, that we all start retracting from the things that are negative, that hold us down, that corrupt our way of thinking, that distance us from each other, that give us reason to find fault with one another. We start to pull back from that stuff, because enough souls have said, I'm going to show you what it looks like in its evolved state of ugliness. Now tell me if you still want to go there. And most of us are saying, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to go there, right? We don't want to go into the depths and the heights and the expanded spaces of ugliness. I think some of us, we're not built for that. That's not who we are. And if we pretend to be about that life, it's gonna put you into a negative, depressed, anxious state, because at this point, when the Great Mother shows up, truth shows up, justice shows up. Everything has to go back to its place, right? Everything has to be back on its path, moving back towards its purpose, because as the human race, we were meant to do that. We were meant to work together and figure out the difficulties in life, to heal it and heal the planet, heal ourselves, and create a better world for everyone. This is not an outdated hope or dream or belief system. When we have a aversion to the negative things going on in society, then we're the ones that are supposed to alter the course and bring about a better way of life. And the way you do that is you embrace the change, you embrace the lightheartedness, you embrace the letting go, you embrace the healing, you look for new opportunities and new ways to move in a new direction. You say yes to things you typically say no to, and you say no to the things that are going to hold you back, right? You start seeing the good in people again, instead of looking with the eyes of the past, because maybe somebody's still running a story in the background, even though your experience is not true. If you're dealing with negativity, that's a different story. But if you're hearing of negativity and you're not experiencing it, don't take it on. All right? Your job, your purpose is to be in a state that the negative beings will remember. The negative beings need to see what positivity looks like so they can remember how to get there. So if your role is to be positive, make sure that's what you're doing. Take care of yourself, right? Be the vessel, the open vessel for the mother, the Great Mother, which is wisdom, Sophia, right? Love, compassion. That's the creator of all things. And why do I say mother and not father? Because to me, God is woman. Woman is God. How did I get to that conclusion? Everything around me shows me that that's true, right? So to a fish, would God be man or would God be fish? To a dog, would God be dog or would God be a man? So as a woman, God is woman to me. The feminine principle is prevalent throughout the entire planet. That woman brings forth life. And there's no life without the feminine energy. So God is woman to me. God has always been divine feminine energy, and it does not only exist in those who consider them females by sex. You are divine feminine by spiritual energy and essence, because you have to remember you existed before you came into being and matter and took on a sexual identity. You already existed as a spark of life, as a soul. And that soul is genderless, ageless. It just is. It's like, think of a lightning bolt. Do you genderize the lightning bolt? Is the lightning male, female, right? It just is. If you look at light coming from a light bulb, no one says the light bulb is male or female. And they don't have arguments and discussions and quarrels about how much of it is represented as masculine or feminine, right? It just is. It's just light. That's how we are. We are light emanating through material form, right? There's the light in the bulb, and then there's the glass surrounding it. The light of us is within. That's the soul spark. This is just the glass casing, right? So don't overly identify with this. We have to learn to start tapping into energy and seeing what the energy is and what it says, because this is the age where the masters are going to show up again, right? So what do I mean by master? Master is any being that have mastered themselves, right? Have made the journey from source, away from source, back to source. Okay? And they show up when we're struggling. And they show up to help guide us back to the path of oneness, the path of love, because there's only so far you can go away from it without destroying yourself. We need to always be flowing in the stream of love, which is our creation source. That's our source of energy, is love vibration. And the more we get farther away from that, the more we enter into the negative space of living, right? And we experience stress, disease, loss, right? Just a general sense of being in an ill state, right? No longer flowing, no longer light, burdened, heavysome. And when we want to get out of those spaces, we have to flow back into the stream of love, because that's how we came in. You come in on the light, you go out on the light, and that light is the love frequency. So let me get back to point here. The masters are coming back to help us find our way back into the love stream. And the masters, to challenge us, are going to show up in forms that might trigger us. Okay? That's a good thing, because that trigger is going to show you where you're still holding on to something you need to let go. You're holding on to a belief, you're holding on to a memory, you're holding on to a feeling, you're holding on to an old programming. And when we come into moments that are triggering, it's meant to show us that, hey, this is the area you still need to work on. This is where you still have some hurt. This is where you have some dislodged, stored up energy that you need to free and release. So a lot of the masters are going to come in and trigger us, right? So don't always look to dismiss, cut cords with people who are triggering. The cord can only be cut from someone when you have stepped into the space of acceptance about the situation. A lot of times we might hear spiritual people say, you got to cut the cord, you got to cut this cord, cut this person off and walk away. Listen, if we all did that, we'd all have our backs to each other. Yes, you can cut the cord and dismiss and release, but it has to be done in a healthy way where acceptance, okay, and love has already played its part in the situation. it can't be used as a way to avoid doing the work. Is to just cut everybody off. And because the masters usually come in and trigger us, we have to know when we've exhausted the lesson, when we've healed that through awareness, and now through acceptance and love, the cord is naturally released. You don't have to cut anything. Once you step into a space of love and acceptance, right, for all involved, all that's encompassed in the situation, when you truly come into a state of acceptance about it, you don't have to cut the cord. That it's just going to separate, because it can't, the negative attachment cannot stay locked onto you once you step into your heart space of love. It can't stay attached. So if you truly want to get out of negative situations, away from negative people and circumstances, start to heal yourself. Start to be aware of your triggers and who's bringing them. The way I like to do it is I just look at everybody as a master. Can't go wrong that way. That means everybody I encounter is showing up to teach me something. And if I can see into the situation, right, then I can heal whatever is necessary. And that's gonna be me accepting the divine feminine energy within myself and making it more grounded in this plane. The more we heal and do our part to enlighten our space, the more the divine feminine energy, the great mother, can be present on the planet. It's not going to be just some being coming out of the sky and said, here I am. The consciousness is what's going to arrive first. Because before you were born on this planet, your consciousness arrived first. Then you materialized into form as a fetus, as a baby. But your consciousness entered the plane first. You and your mother consciously connected in spirit. She accepted you into her womb, and you injected your consciousness into that space to be born. So consciousness comes first. So if we're trying to make room for divine feminine energy, so we can balance this thing, it arrives in consciousness first. Now, who's the bearer of that consciousness? You are. If you're here having this earth experience today, you are the bearer of consciousness of what's to come. You are part of the spark. And when you unfold yourself, when you evolve yourself, you anchor in a piece of that consciousness. And the more of us do that, then it materializes in physical form. Is it going to show up as an actual being? I don't know. But I know that if you are meant to anchor the energy of love, just keep doing it. If you're meant to anchor in the energy of potential, keep doing it. Wisdom, keep doing it. Laughter, keep doing it. Okay? Just keep doing it. Keep doing what you know you were meant to do. Follow your own path. Follow your guidance. My guides are telling me at some point I'm going to have to talk about and expand on my relationship with them. So I know I'm going to do that video coming up. I know I also have that book I was reading, Signs and Symbols. I have made several videos to try to post them, but it just did not work out. The audio's messed up or the video's messed up. It just feels like it's not time to keep going with that book yet. So I'm gonna just do what I always do, right? It's just keep elevating in my own consciousness, my own wisdom, until I get the okay to keep going. I can't jump beyond the inspiration I'm given. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. You could have been doing anything else today, but you're sharing your space with me, and I love you for that. Thank you to every single person who subscribed to my channel. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for talking about this. Thank you for being your most beautiful, honest, loving self. I appreciate you. I wish you nothing but the best. Love, energy, sleep, peacefulness, reunions, heartfelt connections, abundance, free time, a better job. Whatever you're looking for, whatever you're hoping for, that is your heart's desire. May you receive it over and over and over again. I love you. I love you. I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Come on.
If I was to tell you just how much I need you, would you come tonight? Or would you not believe me? Cause a love that easy never turns out right. I'm trying to change the rules, you deserve something good in your life. We waited for far too long, so come get your blessings tonight. Baby, won't you come over, love, so I can show you love. Promise I got enough to give you all that you need, baby. So many search to find love that's as good as mine. I wouldn't waste your time, so bring it all to me, baby. Ooh, bring it all to me. Baby, let me teach you, give you love instruction, show you what I know. We should take it easy, ain't no need to rush, no.